All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and get started on this video, putting the lights on. I figured since I didn't have any alcohol or anything like that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put me a little hand sanitizer on this little towel here, and that way we can kind of just wipe everything down. I'm just gonna wipe this down and everything. That way the adhesive from the back of the tape, the 3M adhesive, can stick really good on here. And now what we're gonna do is put the lights on. I think what I'm gonna end up doing though is putting a string or the wire this way, kind of just loop it over and put that on like that and everything. That way I can just connect this wire to the lights that I have for the front fishing lights at night. So that's what we're gonna end up doing. All right, let's get done. Let's get going. Let's get going. So I gotta pull this adhesive off. It has a 3M of adhesive on it. All right, I'm gonna pull this adhesive off. I'm gonna try to pull it off and stick it as I go. So we're gonna see if that works like that. So let me get this on here. We're gonna stick that in right there, and we're gonna stick that in. And look like I might be able to just pull it off as we go. So, all right, try to get it kind of straight as possible, but if not, ain't no biggie. It's all right. Let's go ahead and pull that off, and let's go ahead and get this aligned up. All right. Well, okay. Okay. We got that on. Let's just give it a good pressing and see what happens. This is a good pressing. We got that on. We got that one on. All right, let's get to the right side of the boat. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the left side of the boat. We're gonna use us some hand sanitizer since we don't have any alcohol available. We just want to clean the area here real good so we can hopefully have the adhesive to stick pretty good to it. So same thing on the right side with the left side. I line up everything before we pull the adhesive off, making sure it's looking good. Alrighty. Look like it's lining up to me. What about y'all? Y'all think it's lined up? Huh? Y'all better talk now. Forever hold your peace, because now pull this adhesive off. Ain't gonna be able to pull it back off and re-stick it. Alright, here we go. Take the adhesive off, so much of it off. And we're gonna put the adhesive on here, right there. Press it down pretty decent. And we're gonna get it in place. Kind of mess with it. See where we at. Or we push it and press it down some more. Alright, so we're gonna press it on down. We're gonna pull this adhesive on off. Oops. Got the way in the wind. Be alright. Make sure we kind of straight and everything. Alright. We got the right side in place. And we got the left side in place. Now we just have to wire this baby up and see what it's gonna look like on the front. Alright. I'm just pressing it down, making sure everything, or making sure that the adhesive on there pretty tight. So far, looking good. All right. We check the left side again, make sure it's pressed down pretty good. Okay. Now we just gotta get this baby wired in and test the lights and see how it's gonna look at night when we're out on the water. All right. The way we're gonna connect these wires together, we're gonna use what they call wire T connectors. So got the wire T connectors right here. You have the what's that? The female, and then you have the you have the male. I'm tripping. Then you have the female connector. Now, what you do with these here, you just take them and you wrap them around the wire. As you can see, they have a little split in the middle, and this folds over once you put the wire onto the connector. Fold this over, get you some pliers, clamp it down. We're gonna take this one, clamp it, hold it. All right. So I'm thinking basically we just have to take this, hold it, and clamp it. That's it. It's on there. Now we'll take this one, which is the male. We're gonna go ahead and expose some more wire. All right. We got extra wire exposed on both ends now. And what I'm gonna do is just bend this back halfway, like that, as well, halfway, like that. Just a little bit more on that one. So we're gonna go back up and do it again, halfway. And that way we can just take this, stick them in that way like that. And we just clamp down on that. And these pliers or wire strippers are marked with the kind of color coded to where you know where to use the crimpers on which end. That way you use the appropriate colors. That means it's going to be pretty good tight crimp on here. That hopefully where it won't slip back out. So we're going to go ahead and crimp this one as well. And crimp it. Crimp it. Crimp it. All right, we got it crimped. It's not going anywhere. Let's crimp a second one. And then we're going to go ahead and put that second female on there as well. So we're going to crimp the second one here. Sometimes these blades, if you're not careful, they'll come out on you. So you have to make sure before you insert them and everything like that, everything lines up together. If not, like this one just did, it came out a little bit. So, all right. So we got those two together. And we're going to go ahead and put our second female connector on. Okay. That's good. That's good. All right. Now, the thing we have to do is push them together. Wire them in. Crimp them in. And these do unplug if I need them to be unplugged. So that's a good thing on that. Connect this on. Uh-oh. That one didn't lock down good. So let's crimp it again just to make sure. Sound like it crimped down that time. Yeah. Okay. Now put that one in. Now let's do the other side. All right, everybody. We are back on the left side, and we're going to connect the green ones together now. We're going to pull some wires off of here, expose more wire. That way we can have more wire to put in the connector. All right, we got plenty of wire exposed. Let's crimp that baby down. Got it cramped down. Crimp down, not cramp down. I'll do the same thing with this one. Push the wire up in there pretty good. All right. I see the wires exposed a little bit, so we're gonna cramp that one down as well. We should be good. We're gonna clamp that on. Use our pliers to clamp that down on to it. All right. We're gonna put the next one on as well. Let's get that one on here. Alright. Same thing, clamp that down. Now this don't look right. I think this is on backwards, so it is. So we're gonna turn that around. They had that in there backwards. Alright. Now let's try that again. Alright, so we got that one on. Clamp that one in. Alright, use our pliers to clamp it on. Everything's aligned. That's on. It's secured. Nope, not yet. Alright, it's secured now. We'll just plug these in. Okay. Alright, everybody. We got the lights installed on the front. So let's take a peek and see how it looks. That's the red one. And then you go on your left side, that's going to be the green. Let's see what they'll be looking like after on the water at night. Alright, everybody. As you can see, we have the green and the red navigation lights installed and on. They're looking pretty sweet there. Alright, so we got the green and red on. Now let's mosey on to the back of the boat and get the white light put on for the nighttime doing fishing as well. I'm gonna have to do voiceover because I lost audio somehow. Right now I'm just kind of figuring out the spot I'm gonna put the white light at for the night fishing. So I'm gonna just kind of see if it's gonna be a perfect fit here, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna just take me a marker now, since I got it to where I want to be mounted at, and just kind of mark the holes on the boat so I can just pre-drill them out and everything. That way everything will line up perfectly. So we're gonna get them all marked up, then we're gonna take it down, we're gonna get the screw in the holes. Okay, this plastic, it seems like it's really thin, but once I got the screwing into this plastic here, I was like, man, this is some pretty thick plastic and pretty sturdy, I guess you could say, but it's pretty durable. It's gonna take a lot to punch a good hole in this plastic, but yeah, we get these pilot holes going and get these all screwed in and screwed out and get it ready to mount this navigation light on here. So since we have the holes drilled out, we're gonna go ahead and mount our light. And after that, we're gonna do the wiring up of the light. So I'm gonna actually put the 4 screws in there, because at first I was gonna do 2, but I figured like, nah, put 2 screws in here. I'm gonna put 4. Guys, what I ran into when I was trying to actually put the light on, that the light was getting away, but as you can see, it folds down and everything, and it made it a little bit easier to get those screws on in there once I folded it down. So that's a good thing, that once it's once I'm done with the light, I guess you can say, instead of just being stuck up in there, that I can just also just, let it down. That way it won't get snagged on anything, or hopefully get pulled off the boat and leave me 4 holes in the boat that I would have to try to, cover up or caulk them up and then start something over. So that's a good thing. As you can see, once I got that screw in, I just kind of went back and just kind of lift the light back up, because it's still out the way, but I got it kind of leaning back to the left a little bit or to the right a little bit, not straight up where I can't get to the hose. So got those 4 screws going in. Once I get them in, like I said, we're just gonna go ahead and get this baby mounted up and everything, and see, like I say, it just folds out the way. That way I can get the other screws in. Get these screws in here, get that one in. And I'm glad I actually pre-drill the holes as well, because man, I would have ran into some problems trying to, hold the navigation light in place, and plus trying to drill the holes at the same time. So that was a good move on my part to kind of drill the holes there with the screws there. Alright, I think that's gonna be the fourth screw that I'm putting in. Yeah, that's the fourth one there. So we got that done and everything. And now I think what I'm gonna do later on is put some caulking around here as well, seal that up a little bit more. Then I'm gonna go and put some caulking inside the hose as well. That way it'll be completely waterproof, so the water can't leak inside the boat or anything like that. So let's connect it up now. Okay, I'm gonna connect the male connectors. Like I say, just make sure when you're connecting these wires and things, make sure you crimp them pretty good, because you just don't want them to come loose, especially when you actually need them or you use them and they come loose on you. So got one crimp, got the uncrimp. So now we're gonna have to go ahead and move on and crimp the females on now. Okay, let me just make sure these are good to go before we put the female ends on the wires now. All right, got that one here for the positive side. Like I say, these are very easy and hassle free to use. You just have to make sure you have the right gauge. They come in different gauges for thinner wires, thick wires, and everything like that. But you just have to make sure you have the right gauge. And right now I'm just connecting it, crimping it down with the pliers. Basically what you do is just smash both ends together until it kind of lock into place. And once it locks into place, you know it's locked there. You just check the connection, make sure it's good. Now we're gonna put the second one on, and once we get the second one on, we just check the connections and again make sure it's connected on pretty good. And once that's done, we'll just move on to see if we're gonna have any power on the back end. Okay, got that one clamped on, so we good. Check the connections again. I had to actually put some extra wire on there because the wire that came with the navigation deal was a little bit too short. So now we're gonna take the wires that's from the navigation light and we're gonna cut them down, and then we're gonna wire them up as well. Okay, I got the lines cut down to size, so we just go ahead and strip these wires off and everything. Get these puppies exposed and get these male connectors on those as well. That way we can get this baby wired up. Always twist the wires, and that makes sure that they won't kind of, frail up on you and everything like that. Because if you don't twist them, man, it's hard to put them in them little holes sometimes, those connectors. So just make sure you always connect you, or you twist your wires before you bend them and everything like that. We're going to get the second one going here. Twist the wires on there just to make sure that they don't come loose and everything. Just a little bit more on this one. I kind of cut it short on the beginning, but it's all good. It's all good. All right. Got that baby done. See, I'm kind of bending them down or putting them in half because the connectors are a little bit oversized. They're not as small as the wire, so they're kind of bigger. So I have to make them fit. So that's why I bend the lines or the wires over. That way they'll fit in there perfectly. Crimp it down. You shouldn't have a problem either way it goes. So get the navigation light crimped up and hooked up. We're going to connect this baby up and see what we got. Let's go ahead and get this one crimped down. All right. Got that one crimped down, and this time we're going to see what we got. Just crimp it, crimp it, crimp it. All right. Got that baby all together. Get the wires out the way. Get the little fishing pole up out the way. We're just going to connect them up. Okay. Make sure you're positive with the positive, negative with the negative. Sorry about this messy wire thing I got going on, but I'm going to straighten that out later. But right now what I'm doing is just going to take the wires, make sure the positive and the negative are together on each end, and we're just going to connect them up. We'll go from there. Put the positive with the positive, negative with the negative, connect the negative up right now. We're going to take our little positive, we're going to connect it up, and we should have light once I get it connected. So let's check it out and see if we got any light connected. Oops. Same thing, it's alpha line a little bit, so it's forcing me to, there we go. We got it in there. All right, let's see what we got. Everything is connected. We got light. We got a big bright white light now instead of a dim light. Okay, now the only thing we have to do is put us a good on and off switch on. Because as you can see, these wires here, they're running straight to the battery, so it's no on and off switch right now. Alright, I got it all done. I got the navigation light on for the back end. So when I'm out there, kind of after dark, I have some light. We have the green and the red lights up front. So this is going to conclude the video, guys. So we're going to holler at you next time. If you're liking it, hit that smash button, subscribe to the channel, and comment as well, and share those videos. Until next time, peace.